Yo, I'm still alive. What's up? It's good to see y'all. Back again. I'm just in the liminal spaces. I exist between realms at this point. It's kind of chill. You'd think it would get boring, but you got to think like from an eternal perspective. So it's mostly chill. I just wanted to come up on here, talk to y'all about how exhausting it is to, I guess, to care these days. How exhausting it is to pretend to care, really, because you're not actually caring. But I feel like they have taken a lot away from Gen Z, and we always get bad mouthed, and like roasted and clowned by the older generations, especially the boomers, man. Yo, the boomers, bruh. Don't throw stones in glass houses, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm not gonna. I'm cool with the boomers. I help them out. We're all good there. But I feel like we have to pretend to care because, like, deep down, we don't actually give them. You know what I mean? Like, finish the sentence. We like, what's guess the next word? We don't actually care because, and maybe I'm coming out of left field here, but it just isn't there, man. Not only is there not an incentive, like truly no incentive. We're not gonna have the life that our parents had, or definitely not the life our grandparents had. There just doesn't seem to be rewards for our effort from society's perspective, right? Obviously, I always advocate for knowing who you are and pursuing that vigorously above all else. Realistically, obviously, I know. Hey, you gotta pay rent, you gotta eat. I got you. I got that. Trust me. But don't forsake your own soul. Don't never do that. Do not do that. Just and I just sometimes I gotta stop myself and be like, what am I actually doing right now? You know, like do I actually even care right now? I can fake it, right? Like I can fake it if I have to. We all can, especially these days. It's not that hard. But when push comes to shove, man, like at the end of the day, nose to the grindstone. Do I actually care? No, no, I do not. I don't. And I'm not saying that to be edgy because it isn't a brag. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of fact. It's not a brag, bro. It's not a brag. For real though, it isn't a brag. It just is what it is. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about being an upstanding member of society. I don't care about keeping up with the Joneses. I don't care about doing this. I don't care about that meeting. I don't care. Straight up, I do not care. I'm not saying I don't care about anything, but I don't care about any of that. I care about things I care about, things that actually mean something to me, and they mean a great deal to me, and I care a lot about those things. But I'm not going to pretend to care about something I don't care about. Like I can only keep up the facade for so long, man. It's tiring. It gets really tiring. I'm just like, this isn't sustainable in any way. I don't know how people do it. I actually don't know. Do they, like in their minds, does this actually mean something to them? Have they just bought everything, hook, line, and sinker? Straight up, bought the farm, bought all of it. Like what? How? How can they operate like this? I'm sure they're saying the same thing about me. I think I'm an odd duck. How can I operate like this? Strange, whatever. I'm just genuinely curious, man. I don't know how they can maintain that upkeep because it's exhausting. Truly, truly tiring. Like I would go through phases where this would make me like enraged, like it would make me truly angry, and then I would be like, why am I even angry? I'm angry because I'm not being true to myself right now. I'm angry because in my mind, I'm having to play a role, right? But I chose to do that. That was my choice. Nobody held a gun to my head and said, play this role, bro. Yo, it's your part. Go on stage. Go on stage or I'm a cappy right now. Nobody did that. All of life is a stage. Men and women merely players. Again, the Bard was apt at that statement. Good that statement, I should say. But at what cost? I believe that we are on this earth to live, and when I say live, I mean understand who it is that we are. Actually understand that, and to live authentically from that understanding. And I believe the rest of it is supposed to be directly experienced. I really don't think that you have to convolute it and overcomplicate it and write textbooks on it. I think you're supposed to actually just live it. Just experience it and endure it directly. And then process what you've experienced and learn from that. Like actually learn from it. And then it's like a feedback loop. It's like a feedback loop. But instead of being a negative one, instead of being a toxic one, it just reinforces your own understanding of yourself. It sculpts, creates, molds, sculpts, creates, molds, etc., your identity. But if you have to constantly pretend to care, then what's your identity? You don't have one. You're like an amalgamation of meaningless minutia that you thought would give you something, and it gave you nothing. That's the worst part. That's actually probably the worst part. Because we believed that pretending to care would result in some sort of fulfillment, some sort of greater state of being or of consciousness, awareness, etc., than we currently possess right now. And we finally discovered that that is not the case, and our lives have been wasted. Our lives haven't been wasted. Those are brand new every moment. It's all right now, man. It's all right now. We can still live faithfully and accordingly to our own spirit, regardless of what anybody or anything in this manufactured society, in this veil of Maya, has to think about that. They're entitled to their opinion. Changes nothing. Changes absolutely nothing. It is straight up too exhausting and soul draining, soul crushing. And I am being dramatic for effect right now. Soul crushing to have to live a life you are more or less forced to pretend to care about nothing. Nothing. You care about literally nothing. You care about illusions. You care about delusions. You care about things that have no substance. You care about things that don't exist. You could care about things that actually mean something to you, at least. And those things would have meaning for you. They would mean something to you. And that would be enough. Instead of what everything and everybody else told you to care about, that actually doesn't mean. I don't want to curse, but it doesn't mean anything to you. It's less than zero, man. Less than zero. Don't live a life like that. That's not worth it. I don't care what kind of toys it gets you, materialism, validation, social proof. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't discover that the hard way. Look at it honestly, evaluate it, and really compare it against what you're giving up, which is essentially self-knowledge and self-actualization. So, again, that's ultimately up to you, but you shouldn't want to live a life where you have to pretend to care about things that actually don't mean anything to you at all. You should live a life where you're actually expressing yourself authentically and you're being true to who you are. And you just care about those things because they actually have value and have meaning for you and to you. And let that be enough because it is enough. Okay? No need to ramble about that. Just wanted to shoot the breeze with y'all. Y'all been great as usual. Thank you. Stay true to yourselves. Remember yourselves. Okay? Always, as always, remember who it is that you are. And take note and take heed to care about the things that have value for your own individual and unique soul. God bless each and every one of you. Stay true out there.